Okay, so for the new limud, we put Masechet Pesachim behind us. The new limud, continuing with Sefirat HaOmer until Bezrat Hashem Shavuot. So I have this book at home, and I've always wanted to get into it. And it's basically, as our Chachamim tell us, the days of Sefirat HaOmer were counting toward the day, the great day of a Kabbalat Torah of Shavuot, and the Arizal tells us that we were on the 49th level of Tum'ah, and every day we got closer and closer. We removed one layer to get fully pure again by the receiving of the Torah. And every day really is a day of avodah, of work and service towards Hashem to perfect ourselves. And the Chachamim gave us a little bit of a hint as to what to work on every day. And there's two of these types of hints. And hopefully the Sefer brings together a lot, and hopefully every day will be kind of the what's special about that day and the nugget of that day specifically. So number one is that in addition is that the Rashash, one of the Mekubalim, Rabbi Shimon Sharabi, says that because we were born at Pesach and we became a nation, and we got our instructions what to do on Shavuot. So the days between Pesach and Shavuot is really like our birth. So we were born, and Bar Mitzvah, and that's like Bar Mitzvah Shavuot. So these 50 days encapsulates the entire year, and the avodah we put into these days will affect the entire year. So the two ways of growth during these days of Sefirat HaOmer comes from a Kabbalistic side and a little bit more of a practical. One is the Sheva Midot, which is the Sheva Sefirot, 7 heavens, and each one are connected to a different midah, different character trait, and each day is connected to those character traits. So the 7 character traits is Chesed, Gevura, Tiferet, Netzach, Hod, Yesod, Malchut. Loose translation: Chesed, kindness; Gevura, strength; Tiferet, beauty; Netzach is longevity or forever, or Hod is also a type of beauty. Yesod is foundation. Malchut is kingship. And now so each of these weeks, so week 1 is a week of Chesed. Today's day 8, so that starts the new week, and that's week 2, which is week of Gevura. Now in each of the weeks, there's 7 days. So each of these days connect to one of those as well. So this week is Gevura, and day 8 is the first day of the new week. So it also goes Chesed, Gevura, etc. Today is Chesed ShebaGevura. It's the day of Chesed in the category of Gevura. And tomorrow is going to be Gevura ShebaGevura. And then it's going to be Tiferet ShebaGevura, Netzach ShebaGevura, etc. So today is Chesed ShebaGevura, kindness in the strength. So we'll explain that today. And in addition is that we know we're going to be starting to count this Shabbat. We're going to be starting to do the Pirkei Avot. And in the 6th Perek, we have the 48 ways how to koneh the Torah, how to own the Torah, how to own learning Torah, becoming a Talmid Chacham, becoming a proper Yirei Shamayim. And even those 49 days in the Omer, and there's 48 ways how to be koneh. Day 49 is a kalula takol. It includes all of them. So every day of the Omer also connects to, in the order when you read the Pirkei Avot, a different one of those midot. So for instance, today's midah is simcha. So today is Chesed ShebaGevura, and it's also simcha, and that's what we have to work on today. So every day, so today, that was a little bit of an introduction. We'll just touch upon what we need to, a little bit about each day, and Bezrat Hashem, it's at the beginning of the day that we do this, so it'll give us a little bit of a mindset of what to connect to that day. So he gives, because today's day 8, which is also the beginning of the new week, so a little bit of a hakdama, a little bit of an introduction on Gevura, where Gevura is Ezu Gibor HaKovesh et Yitzro. Gibor is someone who conquers his Yetzer Hara. So this is also Sur Merah. So Chesed is giving and goodness, that's Aseto, that's doing good. Gevura, strength, means I'm holding back from sin. So that's already, week 2 is more in the Sur Merah, holding back from doing doing sins, holding back a person's lusts, etc. That is Gevura. So Chesed ShebaGevura, that is today. So it's giving within the realm of Gevura, within the realm of holding back. How does that work out? So he connects it to as follows: holding back, that's Gevura, but also doing midot of Chesed in that realm. And he gives a few examples. So he says that if, let's say, a person, if you see someone that is doing a sin, so one of the hardest mitzvot is tochacha, is telling someone, rebuking, because if you rebuke and he gets upset, then that could ruin the whole thing. So in a chesed way, so you have to hold back from sinning. If you see someone else sinning right now, using chesed, try to bring him to Gevura. Try to bring him to be kovesh. So that's how to get your friend to stop sinning. You have to use chesed to help him stop sinning. It's one example. Another is similarly, if you see someone damaging someone else's property, try to use chesed to, again, pull him away from sinning. Also, when you yourself are working on your Yetzirah to not sin, try to do it with goodness. Try to bring goodness and chesed from elsewhere to cover up and not fall into that pit. I want to not do this sin. Let me try doing chesed and good elsewhere so that it will hopefully cover me up and I won't want to do that sin. So another thing is when you feel, Gemara says in Masechet Sukkah, when you feel that you have a Yetzirah, you have a Ta'ava, you want to do a sin, go to the Bet Midrash and do kindness. So that's another way to help you that you want to do a sin. You need Gevura right now. How do I combat Chesed ShebaGevura? Is pull yourself to do some Chesed, actual Chesed, learning Torah, and that will help you be Gibor and will help you cover up and not sin. And today is the Kinyan Torah of Simcha. When a person has Simcha, we know from the Avot that Yaakov Avinu, he was very, very sad. He was mourning his son Yosef for 22 years. And he didn't have Simcha, and he didn't have Nevuah at that time. He didn't have prophecy. So when a person has Simcha, the Shekhinah is Shora alav. The Shekhinah comes on him. And when a person has Simcha, he's now able to be Koneh the Torah. When a person has Simcha, he's happy and he's satisfied. Then there is the ability for the light to come in, so to speak. If he's closed up and he's difficult and everything's hard, everything's black, everything's negative, how can the Torah come in? You have to be Simcha. That is the Kli Kibul, that is the vessel to already accept Torah. Connecting it to Chesed ShebaGevura is the Chesed part is also the Simcha. So recognize the Simcha that you have in doing the good parts of the Torah, and that will help you overcome the Gevura, or give you that Gevura to be a Gibor, to go against not sinning. Let's see if there's any last point here for Simcha. A person also has Simcha. It helps him with his understanding of the Torah, because he's learning Besimcha. It helps him understand because he wants to do it. And also when he recognizes the Simcha in the Torah, the Simcha, the mitzvot, he won't want to go after any other pleasures, because here the Simcha is right here. Why do I have to run over there? Simcha is right here. And that's going to help you be a Gibor. That's that for today. Hopefully we'll take that with us today to exercise it in our day ahead. And B'ezrat Hashem daily, we'll get a little bit of understanding of what that day is all about. And hopefully B'ezrat Hashem to grow to Kabbalat HaTorah B'ezrat Hashem. ויחנן בן הקשה אומר יצא הקדוש ברוך הוא לזכות את ישראל לפיכך יבער להם תורה מצווה שנאמר אדוני חפץ למען צדקו הגדיל תורה וידיר